Hey everyone, it's me, Sunshine 143. Forgive me if my voice sounds a little hoarse. I'm getting over a cough. So today I'm going to be doing a Flexirod set. I've never done this before, so it could come out looking terrible, or it could come out looking cute. I have no idea. But I just want to share my experience with you. Especially for those of you who may be concerned about whether or not a Flexirod set will look good on your hair because your hair is very kinky, coily. That's one of the concerns that I have, but I'm hoping that that will not be an issue. So as you know, my hair is, if you use the typing system, in the 4A, 4B range. The back of my hair is pretty much 4B. As you can see, it's just really cottony and coily. So we'll see how this works. So to do my hair, as you saw on my product list, I will be using a number of things to hopefully set the hair. Water, you will need water. You want your hair to be soaking wet when you set each section on the Flexirod. You will want a setting cream. So I'm going to be using a throwback product that I dug out of my product graveyard. This is my Black and Sassy foam set lotion. When I had my heat damage and some of my hair was straight and the rest of it was, natural, this was a really good setting lotion to do twist out, braid out type styles. So it really is good hold. I have a lot of body, but I'm choosing to use that today. So I've put that in this bottle. And then I will be using my good old Eco Styler olive oil gel just for extra hold. I definitely want this to last for several days because it's going to take some time to get done. So as you can see, my hair is sectioned into 6 sections. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You can section your hair. Many people who've done this style, if you've watched this tutorial before, will use 4 sections. I'm choosing to use 6. You'll also notice that I have this middle section, and the main reason I made this middle section is I want a side part. I don't want a middle part, which you will have if you do 4 sections, a part going down and a part going horizontal. I don't look good in the middle part, so this is why I'm choosing to do this. And 6 sections, smaller sections, just seem more manageable. So what I'm going to do, I'm starting in the back and I'm working my way forward, which I would actually recommend, only because as you do the Flexirods, if you start in the front, they're going to get in the way as you work in the back, and it's easier to avoid that if you go working from the back to front. So you're gonna oh yeah, before I get into the parting, I'm just gonna briefly talk about my rods. So I'm using 42, or I have 42, I might not use all of them, of these red ones. These are the 1/2 inch ones, and they're by Annie. So different companies may use different colors for their rods. I only have 6 of these blue ones, which are 9/16 of an inch diameter. So that's honestly, if you look at the two, because 8/16 is a 1/2 inch and this is 9/16, so you really can't tell the difference. So if you want a 1/2 inch and they only have 9/16, get these, because your curls really won't look that different. I don't know if you can even see the difference. They're pretty much the same size. And I only have 6 of these gray ones. I was hoping to, I had these for a while, but I was hoping when I went to purchase them this week that I could get more, but they only had blue ones and red ones. So, and they had the really big purple ones, which are about 1.5 inches, and those were a little bit too big for what I was going for this time. So you can sort of decide what to get based on how my results, and also consider the length of my hair as well. That may influence how my curl comes out. So what you're going to do before you even part out the sections is sort of give yourself a rough estimate about how many rollers you'll need in each section, so you don't run out. You do not want to run out. So if I have 6 sections, you would say 10 per section. I'm not going to need 10 per section because I know these sections in the front are smaller than these 3 sections here. So if I said something like, well, I can use 12 rollers for 1, 2, 3 in the back, and I can use 8 sections for these in the front, I'd be fine. So you just want to give yourself a rough estimate, so that if you find you're using too many for one section, you can sort of, modify as you go along. So, how I will be doing it, and again, this is based on looking at a number of tutorials. I can't remember her name exactly. It's like Kairox, Kairox. I'll put her name on the screen. Her rod set came out super awesome. And she used 76 rollers. I'm not using 76. I do think 60 is a lot though, so I don't think I'll have a problem with not having enough. So again, you want to saturate the section completely, like you just came out the shower washing your hair. Okay, and for the rolls I'm using, a section like this would be a little bit too big, so I'm going to split this section in half. Okay, and you definitely want to have clips and sectioning devices available because you will be doing quite a bit of that. Okay, so this is a reasonable size section, I think. And so I'm then going to spritz in my my Black and Sassy foamy set spray. This is again not really how the directions says to use it. You're actually supposed to put in your hands, rub it together, and then put in the hair. But yeah, I'm not trying to do all that. So you just comb through the section. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is get a little dab of my Eco Styler gel. I don't know how much, if you can really see it, but you don't want to use a whole bunch. Not only will make your set seem a little hard or crunchy, but I don't know if it'll affect the drying time. And you can see with what I'm doing now, I'm using one of these kinds of brushes. This is not a Denman. I still have not convinced myself that I want to spend money on a Denman because I usually don't use brushes like this at all. This like collects dust. But if you have a Denman, use a Denman. If you have one of these things, you can get it like Walgreens, CVS. Use them. And this is sort of, again, to smooth out the section. You can also use a rat tail comb to do that. I am not going to use a rat tail comb, so I'm using this. And once you have that section in place, I'm a little paranoid, so I'm actually gonna go back to the roots because for some reason, I guess because it's close to my scalp, and the heat from my scalp, it tends to dry fairly quickly. I'm then going to take my roller, and I'm going to go on my tippy toes a little bit here, and then I'm going to wrap the hair around the end. And I'm going to wrap it a few times, like let's say 1, 2, 3. You want it to be pretty secure. And then what you're going to do is you're going to continue rolling, but kind of hold the roller at an angle, and you want there to be little spaces in between your hair. And what this does from watching others is help to elongate the curl. So you don't want to roll it like straight across just because it'll take longer to dry and then the hair won't be elongated. So as you can see, I don't know if you probably can't see it that well, my hair is different lengths in the back, so I have these shorter hairs. So you want to try to get those in. If not, the hair will be frizzier there. And continue wrapping. Until you get up there, right to the scalp, and you want to be as tight as you can do it, and then bend it down. Alright? Not perfect, but again, it's my first time. So I will come back when I'm all rolled up. Hey, so I am back, and I am tired. So as you can see, my hair is set. You might notice these have these clips in. As you get towards the end, if you use this many clips, you begin to run out of space in your scalp, kind of. I don't know if that makes any sense. So you kind of need to like move some of the rollers to like get them out of the way. I did the front last, and some of the rollers in the middle were like pointed this way, so I had to like try to gently reposition them, I guess. So I don't know what I'm gonna do honestly from here on out, because there's no way I'd sleep in this. Like, my head is hurting from the weight of the Flexirods, so I can't even imagine trying to sleep on these things. Some people have done it. I don't know how they've done it. So I have a hooded dryer, but I don't think it'd be able to dry like the ones that are sort of hanging out. I also got I'll show you actually this attachment that you hook up to your blow dryer. And I'll see how that works. So hopefully I can get these dry tonight, so I can go to sleep and have a restful sleep after all of this. So stay tuned for part 2, and hopefully it turns out good. Alright, so my hair dried. I went under the hooded dryer and then a little bit under my attachment, which I will show you guys, and took them down. I am not going to separate them until tomorrow when I'm ready to go out, just because I'm going to sleep on this. There was no way I was trying to sleep in this Flexirod, so I had to take them out. But so this is what you can see. If you can see close, you can definitely see that there's a lot of frizz at the roots. So you can see a little frizzy and bushy, but you know, my hair is 4A, 4B. You know, the roots, some pieces are 4B here. So, you know, smooth perfection is not what I was expecting. Just some quick comments before I do part 2, which will be the fluffing out of the curls. Black and Sassy, I would not recommend it, or at least I would not recommend using it without diluting it. My hair, because I think I forgot how powerful it is, like my hair was like stuck to the roller. I had to spray oil sheen, which I had from way back in the day, thank goodness, to make the Flexirods oily when I was taking them down. So I wouldn't really recommend it. If you use gel, honestly, I think just use a regular leave-in in gel, which is probably what I'll use next time, or something like this, which I was debating using. I had good results with this braid out before. My olive oil organic root simulator holding pudding, smooth and whole pudding from Miss Jessie's, or some kind of creamy leave-in, but that was a little bit too much hold, so I would not recommend that for this style, because your hair will stick to the Flexirods, and if you don't have oil, you'll lose some hair. So far I feel okay about it. Some of the curls came out a little jacked, but that was mostly because, like this one, that was mostly because I was wrestling with my hair and the roller coming off because it was stuck to the roller. But we shall see how it looks when I separate them. Alright, so hope it comes out good. Stay tuned for part 2.